Hi everyone, this is the pre-reading video for Act 1 of the piano lesson. I'm not going to bring the actual play up. Usually when I do the pre-reading video, when I've done that for stories, I've actually brought up the flowers or something and kind of went through it. But I don't necessarily, I feel like that's not really necessary now. Just to show you this folder, again, you've got the instructions as usual. This video will be in here, so you'll see that. And then you've got the readings for the piano lesson. It says part 1 and part 2. I just want to let you know that this is an edited version of the play. That is, since this is summer, there isn't enough time for you to read the entire play. So I've cut some portions out. So it might seem a little strange, and it's why it's in these kind of two parts like this. So this is Act 1 in two parts. When you get to the next folder, you'll have Act 2, and that'll be in two parts as well. But just read them in order here. It should generally make some sense. Again, there are a few things left out, but I think that you should still be able to make sense of the general plot of the play. Okay. So again, just bear that in mind. It's why some things might drop out. There might be a reference to something you're like, wait, what was that? But if you just skip over that, you'll probably be fine. And then also in here, I have a video of a prison work song. In this portion of the play, I think in part 2, the characters are going to sing a prison work song. And this is a video from a production of the play where the characters are actually singing this. So I want you to look at that because it'll be kind of important to understand exactly what the characters are doing when the song is going on. Just as a reminder, when we're thinking about plays, this is not, reading the play is not how you are meant to experience it. When the playwright, his name is August Wilson, when the playwright wrote the play, he was expecting that you would buy a ticket, go to a theater, and watch people perform the play. Okay, that's what was in his mind when he created it. He didn't expect you to read it. That means that when you read it, as we said before when we were talking about drama, there's a lot of information missing. How do the characters speak, right? How do they move, right? What are they doing with their hands, right? People talk with their hands and things like that. What does the set look like? There's all kinds of information in there, information we could have that's not on the page. What are the characters doing when other characters are talking? Because that tells us a lot about what they're doing, right? Are they listening intently, right? Are they paying attention to what somebody's doing? Or are they looking off somewhere else? And that's one of the things I want you to look about for down here where it says character analysis for the piano lesson. I want you to think about, choose a character and talk about how you imagine that character, right? What do they look like? Are they tall, short, thin? What is it that you imagine about that character? How do they move? Is it somebody who moves with a lot of energy? Somebody moves and speaks rather slowly? All of those kind of details, things that you don't necessarily see on the page directly, but you have to infer. That is, you have to look at the kinds of things that they say and say, because of what they say, I imagine that they're this kind of a person. So I want you to talk about that. I want you can potentially talk, and I got some specific things about that you can mention there. I say that you can choose an actor if you want, who might play that part. So imagine somebody who seems like they would fit that role and explain why, and then comment back on somebody else's post. So just kind of keep some of that in mind. Then the other discussion board. So there's two discussion boards here. This one is ask anything about the piano lesson. This is a required post. I put that there because you might feel like, well, I don't have any questions, so I don't need to post this. But this is required that you must ask a question. Any kind of question you have about anything. If it's an issue about vocabulary. This play takes place, by the way, in 1936. So there might be some things that they might reference that you're like, what is that thing, right? That was 80-some years ago, 82, 3 years ago. And so what is it that they're referring to there? So you can ask those kinds of questions. You might ask questions about things like the symbolism, right? I mentioned down in here that, and I've mentioned before, that when the title of a work of literature is an object, that object is almost, excuse me, almost always symbolic, right? It's almost always a symbol. So you can ask a question about that. What's going on with the piano lesson? Why is a piano in here? Lesson, who's learning something, right? So you can ask a question about that. I want this post to be at least 75 words long, so it's a little long, and you can ask multiple questions. I want to make sure that you are asking questions. Questions are great. There should be a lot of places for you to come up with questions throughout the play. So make sure you come up with a number of them, again, 75 words long, and then respond back to what somebody else says. So those are the assignments in here. A couple other things I wanted to mention here. This is a play about what's called the Great Migration. As I mentioned, it takes place in 1936. The Great Migration was a time when African Americans moved from the South to the North. If you look at a place like New York City, 100 years ago or so, 150 years ago, let's say, there weren't many African Americans in New York City, right? They didn't live here. Where did they all come from? They came from the South. This was mentioned, by the way, briefly in the lesson. Sylvia talks about the fact that the whole family came up from the South and then spread out gradual to breathe. And so what's happening is people are fleeing the South because there's racial oppression in the South. As we mentioned in The Flowers, there are lynchings, right? So people are being killed as a way of terrorizing them. There are places, entire towns that were African-American towns were completely destroyed, right? Near where I used to live in Florida, there's a town called Rosewood that's just not there anymore. It's just this empty space. And there's a marker there saying this was an African-American town, and a white mob came in and burned down all the buildings and drove everybody out. So there was that kind of terror that was going on in the South, which obviously means, people are terrorized, but also a few economic opportunities. So they decide between the two of those things, the people decide, well, it's better for us to go up north. So they're going to go up north. There's still going to be racism up north, but not nearly as bad, right? And so you get this great, again, this wave of migration. Again, it's called the Great Migration, where people come from the South to the North. It's why there are black people in New York and Boston and Chicago, places like that, because they all came from the South. So just be aware of that, and that's kind of what's going on. This play takes place in Pittsburgh, but the main character comes up from the South, Sunflower County, Mississippi, right? And you want to look, for the first post, I want you to talk about the characters. Look rather carefully at how the characters are introduced, because realize that, and you know this on some level from watching movies, that the first things we see about a character tell us something about how we're supposed to think about them. So there's a lot of good information in those first few pages that tell us something about who these characters are. So make sure we're aware of that. Also recognize that the conflict is set up pretty quickly in the first couple of pages. What is this conflict about the piano? What is going on? And again, if it's a symbol, what does it represent? What does it represent to whom? And so there are a lot of issues in there that you can begin to think about in terms of understanding where the play is supposed to be going. So watch the you're going to watch the work song video, read these first two sections of the play, respond to these two discussion boards, and then when you're done with that, you can move on to part 3, which is going to be Act 2 of the piano lesson, finishing up the piano lesson. And always, as always, let me know if you have any questions.